Chapter 2: Air, Water, and Weather. Air is all around us. The earth is surrounded by a layer of air called the atmosphere. It is a protective blanket around the earth. Weather describes the conditions such as temperature, rain, snow, hail, and wind that exist in the lower part of the atmosphere over a short period of time. Weather can change every day and sometimes every year. In some places it is too hot while in others it is too cold. In some places it rains every day while in others it does not rain for years. Climate is the type of weather a place has over a long period of time. Temperature. The sun plays a major role in changing weather. The temperature of the air of the place changes depending upon the heat from the sun. Different places get different amounts of sunlight. The places that get more sunlight are hotter than the places that get less sunlight. The sun's heat causes the wind to blow and water to change to water vapor. Water vapor forms clouds that bring rain. Sea breeze and land breeze. Moving air is called wind. A gentle wind is called a breeze, while fast moving wind is called storm. Wind blows from cold places to warm places. It affects the conditions of weather. The earth is made up of land and water. The land heats up and cools down faster than water. During the night, the land also cools down faster than water. This heating and cooling of the land and water creates a difference in their temperatures. The difference in temperatures between land and water is an important factor in the change of weather. During the day, the land surface gets heated much faster than the surface of the sea. As the land gets heated up, the air above it gets hotter, so it rises. The cool air above the sea then rushes towards the land to take the place of the rising warm air. Thus, a cool breeze blows towards the land during the day. This wind is known as sea breeze. At night, the land surface cools down faster than the surface of the sea. Therefore, at night, the air above the sea is warmer, so it rises. Now, to take the place of the rising warm air, cool air from the land blows towards the sea. This wind is known as land breeze. Evaporation. On heating water, it changes into vapor. In nature, water vapor is formed all the time. The water in the oceans, rivers, lakes, and ponds changes into water vapor due to the heat from the sun. When water changes into water vapor, it is known as evaporation of water. Factors affecting the rate of evaporation. Water evaporates faster where there is a strong wind. Water evaporates faster when the surface of water is exposed to sunlight is large. Water evaporates faster when temperature is high. Water evaporates faster if the air is dry. Condensation. On cooling, the water vapor in the air changes back into water droplets. This is called condensation of water. Formation of clouds. Clouds are formed due to the condensation of tiny water droplets that become bigger and fall as rain. Heat from the sun warms the earth. As a result, water from the seas, oceans, rivers, lakes, and ponds changes into water vapor and mixes with air. The heat also warms the air. When the air warms up, it becomes lighter. The warm, light air rises upwards and carries water vapor along with it. The higher the air goes, the cooler it becomes. After reaching a certain height, the water vapor present in the cold air changes into tiny water droplets. The water droplets are very light. They float in the air and form clouds. Rain. When clouds rise very high, the water droplets freeze and become ice crystals. When water changes into ice, it is called freezing of water. A cloud is actually a collection of billions of tiny water droplets of ice crystals. As the cloud rises higher, more and more vapor changes into water and collects on the tiny water droplets. This makes the water droplets heavy and they fall from the clouds as rain. Snow. During winter, some places become very cold as they receive very little heat from the sun. The clouds in such weather conditions are very cold and contain ice crystals along with water droplets. Ice crystals stick together to form snowflakes. Snowflakes are light and soft snowfall occurs when snowflakes fall towards the ground. All snowflakes have six sides, but every snowflake has a unique shape. The formation of clouds and rain or snow is due to the process of evaporation and condensation. The repeated change of water to water vapor and then back to water forms the water cycle. Dew and frost. During winter, nights are cold, so the water vapor in the air condenses into tiny drops of water. These drops of water are known as dew. On winter mornings, we can often see dew on leaves, grass, and window panes. When it is very cold at night, dewdrops freeze into tiny ice crystals. These crystals are called frost. Fog. In winter, the air just above the land is cold. The water vapor in the air close to the ground condenses on dust particles or smoke to form clouds. This is known as fog. Water. Water that is available in rivers, ponds, and lakes is unfit for drinking as it contains many impurities. We may fall sick if we drink impure water. We can purify impure water by various methods. Purification of water, filtration, sedimentation, and decantation are some of the methods of water purification. Filtration. Filtration is the process in which impure water is passed through a filter, such as fine piece of cloth or a special paper called filter paper. Water can also be purified by passing it through porous filters. Such filters are used in water filters. Sedimentation and decantation. Water containing solid impurities can also be removed by the process of sedimentation and decantation. In this process, water is allowed to stand for some time. The solid impurities, being heavier, settle at the bottom. This is called sedimentation. The water is then slowly poured out into another vessel. This is called decantation.